Okay, so, and if you didn't get the last problem right, don't feel bad. We're just practicing, we're just starting, and we forget things when we haven't done math for a while, or maybe there are things that we haven't ever worked with before. So, we're all just going to learn together. And there's more videos, there's more resources with your e-text. They show you all the examples plus other examples that you can follow along with. I try to do the examples from the textbook so you can have another source for those as well. But use those resources and study hard, and hopefully then math will become easier maybe, or just more fun. Okay, so now we're going to actually use our order of operations to evaluate an expression here. Now, one thing we haven't really talked about is an expression versus an equation. You see an equation here because it's an equal sign. That says x equals 6. Okay, that means we have a value for 6. But what they want us to do is evaluate this expression when x equals 6. So you see the variable there, that's the only letter we have, the only unknown. So we're going to replace that x with 6. So 7 plus 5 times 6 minus 4 cubed. Okay, so that x is being replaced with 6. Now it's a numeric expression. There are no more variables, but we have to follow the order of operations. So we're going to do the parentheses first. This time we have parentheses. And a lot of times this comes down to how you write it. So you have to be really careful with how you're going to write it. Now, how am I going to show the multiplication? Well, I could use parentheses or I could use the dot. I'm just going to use the parentheses. I'll say 2 cubed. Now, sometimes that bothers students because they're like, hey, I thought I was taking care of the parentheses and they're still there. The parentheses now, I've done the work inside. Now they're just indicating what's going to be cubed and then what's going to be multiplied. Okay, so we did the parentheses and now we're going to do the exponent. So we're looking at this part right here, 2 cubed. Hey, we talked about 2 cubed. 2 cubed being 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so now we're going to replace in our expression. We'll have 7 plus 5 times 8. I can use parentheses or I can put the dot. If I use parentheses, it looks like that. It's just to indicate the multiplication. And now we're going to do multiplication and division. There is no division, so we just have the multiplication to do here. It's not a super long problem. These problems can get really long. Those are fun, but this one's just long enough. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do is the adding and subtracting. Again, there's no subtracting, but we'll work just the addition. And we're going to get the answer 47. So that's one way to write it. You want to make sure you can see your steps. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to know what's going on as you work the problem.